Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Roldan Eyo, and I'm a BEd student. And today I'm going to report in regards with the 7 domain of PPST. But before that, I'm going to share with you my screen so that all of you can see the PPT that I have been prepared here. Okay, for just a moment. Okay, just a moment, please. Okay, by the way, once again, my name is Roldan, and today, here's my report in regards with the 7 domains of PPST and its strengths and competency indicator for beginning of the teachers. As a future teachers, this is a very important for us to know the 7 domains and its strengths so that the future teachers will know what we're going to do in terms with the in classrooms, in terms with the expectations of the responsibilities and duties of the teachers. We all know that in each strand, it is calibrated according to the professional development scale or as described career stages. So in the beginning of teachers, it has stages that it has composed of 4 stages. The first one is the career stage. The next one is the proficient career stage. Next is the highly proficient teachers and career stage. And the last one is the distinguished teachers. So these are the 4 careers that will be able to step by the as a beginning of being teachers. So now we're going to proceed on the 7 domains in PPST. It is comprised of 37 strands. So later I'm going to talk about the 7 domains and also the strands. So I already have prepared a PPT for that. Okay? So, but before that, we should have to know the 7 the 7 domains. The first one is content of knowledge and pedagogy. The next one is learning environment. Third, it is a diversity of learning. Fourth, the curriculum and planning. Fifth is the assessment and reporting. Six is the community linkage and professional engagement. And 7 is the personal growth and professional development. The first one, we're going to talk about the content, knowledge, and pedagogy. What this means in terms with domain 1. In domain 1, it talks about how the teachers apply the learnings that he or she can get or learn from the schools or from the trainings. How the teachers apply that one in the classroom or in a teaching, because we all know that it's not about one strategies, but there's a lot of strategy. It's depend upon on the scenario, it's depend upon on the learning types of the students. So that's the reason why the on the first domain, it talks about talks about the content knowledge. So what are the learnings or the knowledge that the teachers has in terms with the preparations, in terms with the strategy, in terms with the activity that the future teachers or the beginners teachers should have to prepare in terms with the classroom setup. So these are on domain 1. These are the strands, and these are the competency indicator for the beginning of teachers. It talks about the demonstration. It means the in action, putting in actions. What are the learnings that the teachers has before she teach? What are the knowledge that she or he retain and apply it in the classroom setups? Next is the learning environment. So as a future teachers, this is a very important for us to know the learning environment, because we all know that the first priority of a teachers in terms in the classroom is the safety and security of the learners. This is on top of the teachers responsibility that the safety and security. Also creating a positive vibes or positive learning classroom setup so that the students may inspire or able to learn in their own way of learnings. We should have to remember that it has a lot of learning types in each of the students. Teachers should have to know what are those types of learning that the students has in order for the teachers to know what are the approach or the learning strategies that the teachers should have to use in terms of that kind of learning style of the students. Okay? So the third one is the diversity of learning. We all know in the classrooms, sometimes it's composed of 60 to 7, approximately 60 to 60, not sometimes maybe there's 70, but approximately a lot of students in one classroom. And in that one classroom, it has a lot of differences in terms of cultures, in terms of beliefs, and most of all, in terms of intelligence. We should have always to remember in terms with the 8 intelligence of Howard Gardner's. The Howard Gardner's 8 multiple intelligence talks about the learning types of the students. And the teacher's responsibility is to know the background, to know the learning types of the students. This is very important because the teachers may not able to present the activities effectively if the teachers will not able to know what are those kinds of learning types of the students. Because if ever the teachers prepare on this kind of activity that suit only one learning types, then how could the other learning style could learn on that particular lesson? So that should be the one thing that able for that the teacher should have to think in order for them or for us to become an effective teachers onto our learners. So in terms with that, teachers should have to research in terms with the ideas, in terms with the activities, in terms of the strategies, because this is the diversity learning. In your classroom, all of them are nagsabay sila sa pag-learn. So that's the reason the teacher should have to know what are those effective strategies and approach that he or she going to use to become an effective teaching. That's on the domain 3. Next is the domain 4, which talks about the curriculum and planning. What are those curriculum and planning? Based on the strand, it talks about the teaching and learning process, how the teachers prepare in terms with the learnings, in terms with the activities, in terms with the outcomes of this of the learnings, how the students learn, how the students find the activity, how the teachers teach. Those are the questions that involves in this domain. It also talks about the demonstration or implementation of the learnings or on the implementing the curriculum, because as teachers we are not going to teach that is not based on the curriculum. Kumbaga wala na siya, dili na siya applicable. All we have to do is when we teach, it should be based on the curriculum. It should be based on the curriculum guides, because the curriculum that gives the guide for the teachers what should be the next steps that she or he going to teach on the learning. Because if there is no curriculum guide or planning in terms of the teacher, how? So maglibog-libog na kanang kumbaga laylay na siya og teaching. The next one, the 5th domain, is assessment and reporting. This is very important for us as a future teachers to know what is the assessment and reporting. Because in terms with the assessment, it involves the formative and the summative strategies. This is the way where we can able to know what are the learning. Unsa ang nakuha sa estudyante sa learning niya on that particular lesson, because we have a formative and summative assessment, and also how the teachers monitor in terms with the low progress of the learning. This is talks about on the domain 5. On the main 6, this is the community linkage and professional engagement. This is talks about the role of the teachers in the community. We all know that the role of the teachers in the society is very important siya. It's because the society look on you, the student look on you. Nagkatanaw sila sa imo kung unsa how you are, how a good model you are in the students and even in the community. The society expect a lot from the teachers. So that's the reason why the code of ethics for professional teacher naa siya gihimo siya. It's because this is a guide for all the teachers. The next and the last one, it talks about the personal growth and the professional development. Being a teacher, hindi lang ka na nabilin na mag-aim for the first steps or the first level or first stage. Teachers should aim on the highest stages, highest stage, highest learning, highest development. Kasi kung nag-remain lang ka diha sa kanang first steps, maybe nanay something wrong or questions mo sarili. But if the teacher, as future teachers, we should have to aim na di lang na magpabilis sa usa ka level, but we should have to teach ourselves to know the other levels and to reach on the highest peak of that level or career. So these are the 7 domains of the PPST, and I hope you guys learn in terms with the strands and the competency indicator for the beginning of the teachers. And thank you so much for watching and listening, and I hope you guys learn from this. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.